Today I'm going to be reviewing a few new mounts as well as a battery base for the Google Home Minis. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you. If you own a Google Home Mini, make sure you hit subscribe below as I teach all kinds of things that you can do with your Google Home Mini and other made by Google devices. So last year, the Google Home Mini was one of the most popular devices around this time of year. You could pick it up for about $30. And so today I'm going to show off some of these great accessories that you can use with it. Kiwi Design and Mount Genie were kind enough to send these review units so I could check them out for you guys. First, let's start off with the Kiwi Design G1 battery base for the Google Home Mini. So this will allow you to pretty much take your Google Home Mini anywhere around your house and still have it connected to power. So in here you have the welcome guide. It has a few tips that are very important to know. So here we have the rechargeable battery base by Kiwi. You will see that it has a lanyard attached to it, which is actually something that's really nice to have on it. And then here on the inside, you have this little cable that allows you to plug into the Google Home Mini, and then here it has a place where it is able to fit inside here, and it actually stays pretty snug. We'll get to that in just a minute. And then on the back here, you have the micro USB charging cable, and then you have the power. So this allows you to turn it on and off. Now it is recommended that you use the actual power cable that comes with the Google Home Mini. I did try other chargers and it just did not work very properly. You can kind of see it right here where it shows that it is charging. So it will show 4 different lights indicating how much battery life there is. And right now it's flashing on the first one indicating it is very low on battery life. So that's the first thing you need to know when using this. And then if you want to plug in your Google Home Mini, it's pretty simple. One of the issues I did have was getting it to power on once I plugged it in. So just make sure that when you're doing this, you plug it all the way in, make sure that it's snug right there, and then just line it up with this little track right here, and then just sit the Google Home Mini in just like this. And it fits really nice in there. So you can see that it won't fall out. You can shake it quite a bit and it stays in really well. So then if I want to power up the Google Home Mini, I can just press the power button right here and it will then begin to turn on. Now a few times I pressed it, it wouldn't turn on, not sure why it did that, but then I just had to take it out. I found that I didn't plug it in all the way and then put it back together and it worked no problem. So there you go. You can see that it's powering on. The battery life in this is pretty amazing. So it will take up to 7 hours to charge this because it has a 7,800 milliamp battery. So essentially this could last you 24 hours on standby time. So I used this for a whole day, took it off the charger in the morning and then played with it all day long. And by night I still had battery life left. So usually you would probably get about 16 hours if you're using it consistently, but it has a 24-hour standby time. So that is the dark gray option. It also comes in the light stone gray. So here this will work with your chalk mini. It looks really good. There also is an orange option if you get the coral version of the Google Home Mini. So let's power that on. And there you can see that this has 75% battery life. And there it is turning right on. And then you have all the controls of going up and down just like that. So before you put it in here, make sure that you turn off the mute switch or it's kind of useless. So you would want to do that unless you're just using it as like a speaker in a audio group. But here you can see while it's on, it will have the lights on there continuously. So if you want to turn off the device, you would just press the power, save your battery, and then you could turn it on. So the biggest thing about these is being able to have it be portable. So now I can take this anywhere within my home as long as I have Wi-Fi. So you have this nice handle. It's actually pretty handy to just carry around like this. Of course, you don't want to bang it into anything, but I found that this was handy to be able to place it pretty much anywhere. I found a little hallway door that I could place it on if I wanted to listen to music in the hall. This is really nice because then I wouldn't have to buy multiple Google Home Minis to have around the house. I could just keep this with me wherever I go. So for $30, I think it's definitely worth it if you are looking for a solution like this. Now, a big question you're going to have is what happens when I take this outside and away from the Wi-Fi, because you are restricted to the Wi-Fi area. So there are 2 solutions that I will give you so that you can use this away from your home. So first thing, if you use your phone and pair this as a Bluetooth speaker, so all you need to do is say, "Hey Google," pair Bluetooth.
All right, to connect, open Bluetooth settings and look for the device called Kiwi speaker.
So then you would go to your phone and then you would go pair new device. And here I have Kiwi speaker that I have named. And now it is pairing this as a Bluetooth speaker. So let's say I go and play some music. So now that I'm playing music over on the speaker and I'm connected via Bluetooth, it will continue to play on the Google Home Mini until the Bluetooth is disconnected. And that will work even if I leave the Wi-Fi connection. So that is one way in which you could continue to play music on the Google Home Mini. But if you turn this off and turn it back on away from your Wi-Fi, it will not repair with the phone. So you have to do this while it's turned on and while you're connected to Wi-Fi. Now the second option would be to turn on the hotspot on your mobile device so that your Mini can pair to your hotspot. Now, I do want to give a warning that if you don't have an unlimited hotspot or you're not sure on how much data you have and pay for, I would warn you not to do this feature as it may consume a lot of data. I think it took 1 gig of my data just by having this paired throughout the day. So then the next step is to go into the actual settings of the phone. Here I'm going to go to network and internet, and here I have hotspot and tethering. So I'm going to open those settings, and here I have named the hotspot the same as my actual Wi-Fi at home. So that means that when I turn on the hotspot here, any of the devices that used to connect to that hotspot will automatically reconnect. So before I turn on the hotspot, let me show you what the Google Home Mini is going to do right now. Hey Google.
I can't connect to your Wi-Fi network. You can reconnect to Wi-Fi from your Google Home app under Devices, then Setup.
So it will not do anything until it has a Wi-Fi connection. Then I turn on my hotspot, and now I give it a minute for it to turn on and for the Mini to reconnect to my phone. Now, depending on the phone you have, the hotspot settings might be a little bit different, but right here you can see that I have 13 devices connected to my phone. So let's try this again on the Mini. Hey Google, what's the weather like tomorrow?
Tomorrow in Linden, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 51 and a low of 30.
So again, this is running off my phone's hotspot data connection. So if I go into the Wi-Fi settings again, you can see that there is no Wi-Fi of the same name that is set up. All of it is being sent from my phone. And now I can do anything that I would usually do with my Google Home Mini. I can play music or whatever. Hey Google, play my office party playlist. All right, now that we have this set up, let's take it for a spin. And now if I go back into the settings of my phone and I go into the hotspot, here if I turn that off, it will then disable the connection, and then after the info that was streamed to this stops, it will no longer work. And let's say you go home, you would just turn off the hotspot on your phone. It will automatically reconnect to your home Wi-Fi connection, and then you'll be using your Minis just as normal. So overall, I am very impressed with these devices. I really like the look and feel of them. They have this really nice soft grip to it. It works really well and it stays in there very firm. So very impressed with these, and the battery life is just outstanding. Just remember, you need to use the original Google Home Mini power cable for this to get them charged up, and you shouldn't have any issues. So to get these out of the little Kiwi G1 bases here, all you need to do is kind of pry it from one side and you can take it off just like this. And there, works pretty good. So moving on, let's move to the Kiwi G2. So these are a silicone magnetic wall mount for the Google Home Mini. So in here you do have some instructions on how to get it all set up. But inside here you have this little piece that is magnetic, so the Mini will sit in here, and then this magnetizes so that you could mount this wherever. So then you also have this little 3M adhesive here and this other magnet, so it allows you to mount the little battery base away from the power cable. So let me show you how you would get this set up. So you need to pop this out just like so. You then place the Mini power cable right through here. Then it fits in here very snug, just like that. And then you would wrap this around starting from the bottom. And then you place this through this hole. And then you can peel that over so it wraps around the power cable. Super simple to do. And then you would place the Mini in here, and it does have a spot for the power cable and then the mute switch. So this actually fits very snug. Sometimes it takes a second to get it aligned properly. There we go. And then here I just place the power cable in. And then there you go. Now you have it mounted. So if I wanted to just have this plugged in, I could also use this little magnet and place the 3M adhesive on this side, and then I could use it where this has a little more cable and it's not blocking the other outlet on here, as you can see in the little video on screen. So these magnets are very firm. You can see that I can hold onto it and the Mini is not falling off there. And if we place it back on the back of this, it does the same. You can pick up the G2 silicone wall mount for about $11. I think a 2-pack is also $17. So here are the two different colors you can get. You can get the black as well as the gray. So really great options here. Really impressed with how firm those magnets are. I really like kind of the feel and texture of these. It's great, especially if you want to mount the Mini away from the plug. You do have that 3M adhesive to be able to do that. Next, we have two new Google Home Mini mounts from the guy that brought you the Google Home Mini backpack. That's right, Mount Genie. So here he has the new Google Home Mini Pedestal, as well as this new Google Home Mini hanger. So first, let's check out the Pedestal. So here we have the two different options. It does come in a black and a gray or a silver look right there. So this is really convenient because all you need to do is have the Google Home Mini with its power cable right there and place it on here. And there you go. It's set up just like that. You still have the access to the mute switch right there. But this is really handy because we have our Google Home Mini sitting in like the far corner of a room, kind of on a low shelf. And many times I can't see if I activated the Google Home Mini. So this just props it up a little bit so that you can actually see if you activated the Mini. I could, of course, turn on the sound in the settings from the accessibility menu, but I like to actually see it. And then another reason you would want this is because it can project the sound out into the room instead of just projecting it up in the corner. Here it can send it more into the room. I was really impressed with how it does sound. So there you go. That is the black, and here is the silver. It doesn't work as good without a power cable, but there you can see fits just like that. And that is the style. So the pedestals will cost you $11, link in the description below. So the next option is the Google Home Mini hanger. So pretty simple. This will just hang from the outlet. I found this very convenient, very minimalistic in the design. You don't see the cable at all. So all I need to do is place the power cable right into there. And then we're going to put this through the middle, and we're going to wind this up around the outside here. All right, and then we just need to put on our Mini. Make sure our power cable is kind of snug all the way down. And then you just kind of stick this up there. And then when you're ready, you push it down and it will snap into place. And then you can move the cable out of the way a little bit if you need to get to the mute switch over here on the side. At least that's how I think it works. Maybe it's a tiny bit different, but there you go. It fits firmly on there. It's not going to fall off. You can see it will run flush up against the wall. So then here you can see that when I actually mount it to the outlet here on my wall, it works really well. So here I have a higher outlet, so it's very convenient to have. This would of course work if it's by the floor, or maybe you want this in a bathroom or an outlet right by the light switch. That would work as well. So I'm really impressed with this. It will cost you $8 to get the Google Home Mini hanger right there. So overall, really impressed with all of these Google Home Mini options and accessories. accessories that we have today. So depending on if you're looking for a new way to mount your Google Home Mini, or you're looking for one of the battery-based options, there are definitely tons of options out there, some great stocking stuffers for you guys. So if you have any further questions about these, please let me know in the comments below. And again, all the links will be in the description. If you would like to see some of the other mini mounts that I've reviewed, make sure you select the video right over here on the side. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.